guys, so it's me, Nicolette Mashile, and today I wanted to answer a question. So some people have asked me, how did I manage to get promoted so quickly and move up in terms of my salary rank when I was in a corporate job? So this might not work for everybody, but this is what I used to do. So I would print out my job description that I had for the job that I was currently in, right? And then what I would do is I will go to my boss and I'll have a conversation with my boss to ask what is the next job that I could potentially get that would come with a higher salary. So whatever, let's say for instance in advertising we used to have an account executive, then you would move up to account manager, and the last position you'd move up is account director. Unless you follow the client services stream, then you'd become a client services manager or a client services director, and then finally you'd become a business unit director, right? So that is how it used to work in advertising. So basically what I would do is when I was an account executive, I would then get the account executive job description, and I'd also get the account manager job description, and I would start doing my own job. So I would give myself like 6 to 12 months. I would do my job according to my KPIs, and then I will start doing some of the KPIs on the account manager job description, right? So basically what I would do is I would dress for the job that I want, basically is what it is. You know, sometimes you get told good to know, don't wear slacks, dress for the job that you want, and that's what basically what I did. I started doing the job that I wanted. It doesn't always work, and it doesn't always pay off, because sometimes you will do work and you will get you won't get any appreciation or acknowledged. But what it did is that it gave me a bargaining chip when it came to me negotiating for my raise and for my promotion. So after 12 months, I sat with my bosses again and I said, okay, so this is where I am currently, this is what I'm doing currently, and then this is what I've been doing in terms of the next job that I would like to be promoted to. And also what I did is I became a leader. Guys, sometimes you gotta become a leader. Sometimes you gotta go against your actual personality and the type of person that you are. You gotta become assertive. And remember that being a leader and being assertive has got nothing to do with you becoming rude and bossy and controlling. All it means is that you're becoming more assertive. You're now trying to lead. And remember that leading people also involves you helping them progress in their jobs. So it was very imperative for me to help other people get into better positions in the company. I used to fight for people. Guys, I was like a champion for people. So if you came to me and said, Nicolette, I'm in this position. Obviously, I started doing this only when I became a manager, because you can't do that at an account executive level, right? But when I became a manager and I became a director, I used to fight for the other people that were working there. I used to make sure that they got the recognition, because it's so important, guys, that if you are in a leadership position, you need to help the other people progress. You need to develop other people. Those are the type of leadership skills that will really be helpful for you when you are negotiating for your own salary. So sometimes, yes, it might seem like you are doing over and above what you're supposed to do, but it puts you in a great position when it comes to negotiating. Again, it might not work everywhere. It did work where I was, because I was in a smaller company, so it really worked, and perhaps it's worth trying. Also, what I did is that I got to know my bosses in a different manner. So I didn't just know them in a professional manner only. And I know sometimes you really just want to go into the job and leave, but sometimes it's worth it to get to know them so that there is a relationship that you establish as soon as possible. The third thing that I learned from the COO of AXA when I went to do a talk with them, she said you need to make sure that in the company you get somebody who cheerleads for you. So somebody that remembers you, somebody that keeps you top of mind. What does that actually mean? So for instance, you've got maybe the supervisor. It doesn't always have to be your own line manager. It can even be a line manager from another department. Because when they sit perhaps maybe and they're talking about promoting people or who do we make managers, then you are top of mind. Then you've got somebody who's fighting for you. But at the end of the day, you need to make sure that all your shit is together, guys. You gotta get the qualifications together, even if it means that you are studying while you are at work. You gotta get the qualifications together. You gotta get the work together, the leadership skills together, the communication skills together. You gotta become more assertive so that they do not have a reason to say no to you. Because let me tell you one thing for a fact: someone will always have a reason to say no to you, but you gotta make sure that you make it difficult for people to say no to you. So really, it is important that you find somebody within the organization who's going to become your leader, who always has you top of mind, who always is putting your name forward for whatever thing it is that is happening in the company. It might not necessarily just be a job. It could be awards night. It could be whatever, recognition day. That is the person that you need to make sure. And be wary of those managers that are always willing to loan you out to other departments. I always say, yes, you want to get as much exposure as you want in the company, but be wary of managers that are always pushing you out to other departments. Those are the people that are really scary, guys. If your own manager is not selfish about you and doesn't want to keep you in their own department, and they're always happy for you to go somewhere else, that's something that you need to be very, very careful of. And you need to start asking yourself, how much value are you actually bringing into that department? What I really did well is that I became very invaluable to my company, to a point where client needed to now start asking questions. When you're saying you are resigning, they're just like, oh my goodness, sizosala nobani. So those are the kind of things that you need to be very, 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 very aware of. And guys, don't allow, guys, these companies that we work for, we found them there. Unless it's your own company, unless you started with the company, we found them there. And we're going to leave them there. So it is important that you put yourself first. Your health, your sanity is going to be far more important. If you are studying while you are at work, make sure that you go and you take your prescribe. You need to negotiate these kind of things. Like, for instance, when I was studying while I was working, I negotiated that I take the day before I write my exam and the day of my exam. You do not negotiate those kind of things. If you are taking leave, you take leave and you actually take the real leave. Not taking leave and still responding to WhatsApps and responding to emails. Nah, guys, that's not how you take leave. You take leave properly. You take care of yourself. You take care of your sanity. You take care of your health, because at the end of the day, let me tell you, they will replace you when you resign. They will replace you when you get sick. They will replace you when you can no longer work. They will replace you when you get too depressed to be able to work. And they will replace you so fast. And the person they will replace you with will probably get a higher salary than you will. You have to take care of yourself. You are in charge of your own development and your own progression at work. But in any case, remember that none of my videos constitute as financial advice. If you are looking for any kind of financial advice, please do consult somebody who is registered and certified. Mwah.